handsome, nice teeth, dressed well, has money, CEO, but is a liar, a cheater. And it's a give and take. Welcome home. I'm Carrie, your soft life and self-love coach. This channel is your sacred space to heal, glow, and grow, and choose yourself first. Let's live up together. Today we're going to talk about something real that a lot of women need to hear. There is no such thing as a perfect person. And if you keep searching for flawedness, you are going to miss out on real love and real connection. There is no such thing as a perfect person. Yes, it might look great, good, romantic, all that on social media, but in real life, I'm sure that person has to deal with something that they don't agree with. You have to choose your battles, okay? So, say for instance, you pray to God, Lord, please bless me with a man who works out, who is loving, who is family oriented, who knows how to cook, who loves me, don't cheat. But you have to understand that there's going to be some bad parts about this man. Now, I'm not saying like extremely bad, but there's going to be some things that you might not like. Maybe this person has all those traits, but don't have good hygiene, or don't know how to dress, or don't believe in taking you out on dates, or likes to stay at home, and maybe you like to go out. Maybe this person likes to travel, but they had all these traits that you prayed for, but this. And so you have to come to terms with, it's a give and take with everything in life. Social media has messed us up, honestly. We see these beautiful photos of these couples who are looking so good, they're coordinated, they're traveling, and they're doing all these things, but we do not know what's happening when it's just them. We are just only assuming or going off of what they show us. And a lot of times that is what gets us caught up. And that's what messes us up in our personal life, in our real life, when finding someone, for looking for someone. Looking for a perfect person sets you up every time. Because like I said before, this person might have all the traits that you pray for. Handsome, nice teeth, dressed well, has money, CEO, but is a liar, a cheater. And it's a give and take. And that's why I really encourage you, when you pray, you need to be very specific. I'll tell you, back then when I was dating, I had prayed for a man who was fit, who was God-fearing, who had a job, and who was older. I got those things. But he was a liar, he was a cheater, and he did not take me seriously. And there was no real connection, the connection that I needed from him. And that was a learning lesson for me. And I promise you, I learned to pray very descriptive. It's very important to make sure that you acknowledge everything. Now, I'm not saying like tell God, or you say, okay, Lord, I want a man to be handsome, but it's okay if he's fat. I don't know. I'm telling you that you have to come to terms and be like, okay, I understand that I want these certain traits about this man, but I understand that he might have these traits. And so let me decide on which traits the good traits and the bad traits. That's what I'm actually gonna do. Decide on the good traits and the bad traits. So come to terms with what you can handle and what you can't handle. For instance, what you can't handle maybe is a liar, a cheater. And what you can't handle is maybe they love to stay on the game all day, or maybe they don't work, or maybe they don't go to the gym, or maybe they can't cook. So it's something that you have to decide and come to terms with. And I want you to understand this. This is about discernment, not lowering your standards. And also, we cannot forget that at the end of the day, God has the final say. Sometimes God sends people in your life to adjust your life or align you as a person. I thank God for my husband. Honestly, I met him in college, and I was a partier. I wasn't going to classes. I was hanging out, skipping school. But when I met my husband, he honestly grounded me. Like, what I mean by that is that I started going to class, like, because he was working, and, you know, he's much older than me. And I realized, like, you know, I want some things for myself. I'm just wasting money away by skipping school, hanging out with my friends, and I'm wasting time. So I buckled down, got rid of those friends, because honestly, they didn't have the same mind I was having. And it was not aligning with me. So what I did was, I just quietly branched off from them, and I focused, and I graduated. And honestly, I feel like God knew what he was doing. Honestly, I know God knew what he was doing by having my husband come into my life. Also, I recommend to not pray for the one, but ask God to give you wisdom. Ask God to give you wisdom so you can recognize the balance between strength and weaknesses. Having unrealistic lists of requirements for a partner can leave you by yourself. You having these expectations is going to affect you, and honestly, it might make you overlook someone that's really good for you. It's like rejecting a diamond that has one flaw, but forgetting that all diamonds have flaws. So let me help you create a mental list. Must-haves versus nice-to-have. 1. What values matters most to me? 2. What flaws have I handled well in the past? 3. Which flaws hurts me the most? When you're clear on your non-negotiables, you won't waste someone's time by dealing with their flaws, but you also won't push someone away just because they're not perfect. A partner should meet your core values, not your fantasy script. Healthy love is about grace, patience, and growth. If you're constantly looking at your partner like a project to fix, you'll be missing out on love and loving them as who they are. Me and my husband, we started with major differences, but we learned how to compromise and respect each other's quirks and grow together, and they became unshakable. And honestly, knowing your own flaws makes you better at giving grace to someone else's. When you understand that you're not perfect, you stop demanding perfection from others. At the end of the day, love is not about finding the perfect person. It's about finding someone's imperfection you can handle without resentment, and who can handle yours the same way. So pray with clarity, choose flaws wisely, and don't allow the search of perfection make you miss your chance of real love. If this spoke to you today, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And also click that bell so you can always stay alert to my reminders. Also share this with someone who needs to hear this today. Let's keep choosing love with wisdom.